This position, you could say that it's a guard, and when people see me in videos, sometimes they mock me and they say, "What a stupid guard," because they're used to this. But in general, more than anything, it's a position of control. We hold this position so as to develop, so that this position becomes almost natural without thinking. Because people want to do this, they want to do this. Because this is more relaxed, there's no tension. This position has tension, but it's good tension. It's tension that keeps you in a good position. Why? Because here we have mechanical control. Like this, not so much. 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 Like this, we have mechanical control. And now we're going to see why. So we're going to practice an exercise. We're both here. Okay. And right now, he has more control because his elbows are well positioned, whereas mine are not. Okay, so relax. If you're so rigid, tense up. Okay, relax. So now I have control. Now you do it. Again. But without really pushing. So it's not like this. It's simply placing. So he has control because my hands are inside my elbows. The line must be wrist, elbow, shoulder. Like this, the three are not in line. So, and we shouldn't do it quickly. It's not a competition. It's an exercise in sensitivity and in elbow control. So not like this, which is what you've just done. Not like this. Like this. We have to control our elbow. And we maintain this contact because contact gives us control over him. If I remove the hand, what does he do? You hit me. Because I've lost control. So, like this. It's very similar to an exercise that they do in American wrestling, like they do in colleges. And it's this. Now you. This isn't fighting, it's an exercise. It's an exercise in sensitivity and control and stability. Well, here, it's also the same principle. But here. Okay? Now we're going to see one possible application. Not the application, because if you learn any movement, and later you can use it, like this or like this or like this, then it's a good application. Okay, so one possible application. So, he has control, I take control on this side. So, you're going to do this. Instead of doing it on both sides, on one side, you're going to bring him. If you don't have stability in your stance, this will happen. So, we're like this. One, you drag him a little. Without pushing, because if you push him, he'll do it to you here. side. No, don't anticipate it. So I'm like this. Elbow down, and not like this, not like this. It's not a grab. Nothing else for now. You try it. Other side, without moving the elbow. The last time you and I did this with pain. But look, the use of pain for self-defense, I'm not convinced. Because, look, if I had to defend myself, it would be a violent situation. Not intimidation or anything like this. That person wants to do me violence. He wants to kill me, wants to injure me. So he is going to be in an emotional state that a little bit of pain is not going to stop him. So why do we sometimes do it in class with pain? Mental resilience within the class. But in reality, you want to do this so that he is in this position before he realizes that he's fucked. Oh, I said fucked on video. Once he's like this, you have him. Okay? So, the next part. Remember that this is not a self-defense technique. I don't teach self-defense techniques. I explain why. All of this is to explain why we must keep control of the elbow. Because here, I'm pulling with this elbow, not with the hand. With the elbow, okay? So, the next part is to bring him here. You bring him to this part, the throat. Okay, once more. Don't anticipate it. In reality, in a self-defense situation, you're not going to be like this. This is an exercise. Perhaps he wants to push you. For whatever reason, his hand is here. Okay? It could be a push, a punch, an attempted grab, whatever. It's important to learn the principle, not the technique. If you learn the principle well, the technique comes. Okay, we're here in the next part. I'm going to push. That's one option. Another option. Simply, if he's my height or shorter, like this, and I can go so you need the mobility to be able to go down. Never like this. If he is taller than me, going down doesn't make sense, so upwards. So more like this. It also depends on the tactical situation. He has a friend over there. Or I'm aware that he has a friend there. He has a friend over there. If I can run away, I'll run away. But at my age, I'm not running away from anybody. I'd have to fight. I'm not going to run. People say, oh, the best defense is to run. If a kid of 20 attacks me, I'm not going to be able to run away from him. But the reality is, the situation which I have to defend myself would be so extreme that in the past 60 years, it's never happened to me. Try various combinations. The most important, control your own elbow. And then look, when you fall, never like this. You'll injure yourself. It's always like this. That's why it's so important to be able to do this. The first exercise that we do in class. So, okay, off you go. Possible steps. I have him here. Possible steps. Like this, so I can get behind him. Like this. Like this, not downward, because he's tall. If he's tall, I don't want to be down here because I won't reach. I drag him. Try them. No. Look, you do this. You're a beginner. My philosophy, remember, beginners don't make mistakes. I make mistakes. Not you, the beginners. Watch my feet. It's not like this. It's like this. That's why mobility in every part of you. So you can get into these positions. It's not only this arm. It's what I did with the knee. And what happened to him? Stand up. Look what happens to him. Down, down, and suddenly... And on that floor, if he does this to you, in class, you place and you push. But in reality, it's very powerful, okay? This is what I would do in reality. I wouldn't need to use a rear naked choke. I'm going to give you a little, what's it called? A taster. So if I do this, Let's do it again. A taster. A taster. With that, the rear naked choke isn't necessary. Watch my right foot. Where do you feel it? A taster. It's not even a hard kick, it's just the angle. Try it. Look at me. It's not. And then, and I continue. So, he moved his leg. Doesn't matter. I'm going to put my foot there regardless. And the thumb goes there. And now I have him on my knee. I'm going to push you that way, okay? With my hips. And if he has any sense, he'll protect himself. Otherwise, it's the knees. In the first place, you don't do this with the kick as if to fake it. So you have to place it and understand how it should be placed. You don't have to hit him. Just feel how his leg reacts. Do you see how his leg reacts? Like this you can, like this you can. It's the same. Because you're not going to push with the hand. What are you going to push with? What do we push with? With the elbow. I'm going to push with the elbow, so it doesn't matter if the hand is like this or like this. You do this. Watch closely. Do you see this gap? And from here, I can also do this. Do you recognize this position? Look. This is old-style kung fu. It's no good for anything. Old-style kung fu, no good for anything. You see, people only understand this. And when they see this, no, kung fu doesn't work.